Hey everyone, with Animal Crossing dropping its biggest update yet, I know several of you will be jumping back into Animal Crossing. So I want to share with you how I made my in-game Animal Crossing character turn from this to... Wait, hold on. Let me actually go ahead and sit in a comfy chair first, okay? There you go. Much better. Oh, wait, yeah, right. To this. Doesn't that seem a lot of fun? Turning your Animal Crossing character into a GIFTuber? Well, let's go ahead and get started on how I was able to make this. All right, before we get started, there are a couple things you will need to be able to achieve this. First of all, we'll need OBS or Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs OBS should be the same as OBS, and so there shouldn't be too huge of a difference between the two. Next, any editing software. Yes, you will have to do some very minor editing. Then we'll need something like a Stream Deck or any macro-abled software, such as Leorin Board or Touch Portal. Be warned though, Leorin Board doesn't work with Streamlabs OBS, but I believe Touch Portal does. Next, you'll need a Discord and a private Discord server with a voice channel. We'll also be making use of the Discord Stream Kit. You'll also need to find a GIF website to make GIFs, such as easygif.com. And finally, we'll be using a CSS code that I will be posting in the description down below for our browser source in OBS or Streamlabs OBS. So just go ahead and copy that when we get to that point. All right, now that we have everything we need, let's go ahead and get started with the first step. The first step is setting up our Discord. Go into the Discord and select user setting. Then go into the advanced tab and then enable the developer mode. Developer mode just allows us to see additional information in the client, such as the user IDs and the message IDs, which we'll be using much later. Next, you'll want to create a Discord server. I'm gonna go ahead and name this SnaxBreak GIFTuber server. Now, in this server, you'll create a voice channel and a text channel. For the text channel, I'm just gonna name this GIFTuber Uploads. The reason why you need both of this is because you'll need one for your GIFs and one for your voice chat. Now you're gonna go to the Discord Stream Kit overlay website. Go ahead and click on Install for OBS. What we're gonna do now is click on the voice widget. Select your server and then select your voice channel. Next, you'll want to enable hide names and then copy the browser source right over here. With that copied, let's go ahead and head back on over to OBS. So this is gonna look really weird because I'm recording this off of my own OBS. But over in OBS, let's go ahead and create a new scene, and I'm gonna call this GIFTuber for YouTube. This will essentially be our nested scene. For those new to streaming, definitely go check out what a nested scene is. It'll make your life on OBS 100 times easier. Now you want to create a browser source. Go ahead and click on that plus button and click on browser. I'm gonna go ahead and name this GIFTuber for YouTube as well. Then with the URL we copied from the Discord Stream Kit site, we're going to paste it here under URL. Under the width and height, you'll want to change it to the resolution you're currently streaming with. In my case, I stream at 1920 by 1080p. I believe most streamers stream at 1280 by 720p. With this browser source window still open, go ahead and copy and paste that CSS code that is in the description down below. Click OK to save, and we'll be back to this later. Are you still with me? Okay, so now that we have all the foundation work done on OBS, let's go ahead and head back over to our island. All right, so the first thing you need to do is open up your Nook phone. Go into the custom design app and into the custom design portal. Now what you want to do is search for the word green. This will bring up a ton of designs, but go ahead and save the brightest green you can find. You'll see why we need it here soon. All right, so when you head back to your house, just make sure you clean up your room. Go ahead and pause this video here so that you can do that. All right, you got it done? Cool. So now what you want to do is go into your Nook phone and into your custom design app and place the new green custom design that you downloaded. Display it here on the wall and on the floor. Basically what you're doing here is creating a green screen room for your character. Isn't this just freaking awesome? Now that we got that done, let's get into some fun on recording your character. All right, so before we actually get into recording your character, I just like to say this will be the most time-consuming portion of the project. What I suggest you do is apply all your reactions that you would want to use for your character in the reaction wheel, and then that way you don't waste time finding them in the reaction menu. Next, remember how you position your camera before you start recording. Trust me, this is gonna save you a lot of headaches from having to resize your recordings in OBS. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my den chair for my gaming setup. You don't have to use this chair at all. Choose a chair that you think will fit your character. And plus, this is the fun part, so be creative. Next, we're gonna go ahead and open up a camera, and I like to zoom into my character as close as I can so that there won't be a lot of green screen that I would have to chroma key out later on. Chroma keying, for those that are unfamiliar, is just a way to remove the green background. Now that we have our character positioned where we want, make sure you remember where you placed your camera. Then go ahead and open up OBS if you haven't already, and let's start recording our gameplay. The first thing we need to record is a not talking pose and a talking pose. The pose that my character has right now is perfect for a not talking pose, and so I'll go ahead and record this for at least 10 seconds. Now we'll go ahead and record the talking pose. The reaction I found best for this is the happiness reaction. Go ahead and record this pose for another 10 seconds. Nice, good work so far, everyone. Now let's do some fun recordings of other reactions. These reactions are what you'll use to convey your emotions. Let's do the delight reaction. Go ahead and record this reaction for as long as you want it to be. Once you're done, what you want to do, and this is where my perfectionism comes in, is to move the control stick ever so slightly in any direction so that your character stops with the clapping motion and goes back into the not talking pose. This is just to keep continuity. If it doesn't bother you that your character does this after the reaction, then just move on to the next one. You also just want to make sure you go back to your talking pose after every reaction that you do, because chances are you'll use your reactions when you are talking, and so again, it's just to keep continuity. All right, so now that we have all our reactions recorded, let's go ahead and boot up our editing software of choice. So bring in all the footage that you recorded and place them on your timeline. Let's just go ahead and cut out our not talking reaction and our talking reaction. For each of these, I want them to be at least 10 seconds long. Once you're done, put them to render and export. I'll go ahead and put this in the folder that I've already created. I'll go ahead and name this not talking pose, and then this one talking pose. All right, now let's go back and cut out one of our reactions. I'll scrub the timeline until I find it, and then I'll cut a couple frames before the reaction wheel comes out, and then I'll cut the reaction wheel out right before it appears, and then right after it disappears. All right, cool. Now that we put that all together, you have a reaction done. So go ahead and save that and then export it as well. Go ahead and do this again for as many reactions as you want. For the purpose of this video, we'll only be working with the clapping one. Now that you have your reactions cut and edited, we're gonna go ahead and go to this website that I love to use, and it's called easygif.com. What we'll be doing here is uploading your not talking pose and your talking pose. The reason why we want these to be in GIF format is because Discord can't handle large file sizes. So we're gonna go to video to GIF, upload your not talking pose and talking pose, and make sure under the frame rate here in the second, change this to 25 frames per second. This will essentially just make the GIF look smoother. Convert to GIF and download. Do the same for the other pose. All right, y'all, are you still with me? Because we're almost done, I promise. Let's go ahead and go back to the Discord channel that you created earlier. Okay, in the text channel under the voice channels, go ahead and upload those two GIFs you made earlier of your talking pose and not talking pose. Now, what you want to do first is click your profile picture, copy the ID, and let's go ahead and go into a notepad or something, and let's paste it in there for records. User ID. Next, what you want to do is right-click each of these GIFs, copy their links, go into the notepad. I'm going to name this one not talking, and then do the same thing for the other one. Go ahead and set that aside, and let's go ahead and head back into OBS. All right, now that you're in OBS, go ahead and find that browser source that you made for your GIFTuber. Right-click it, go into properties, and head into the custom CSS code portion. The first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna paste our Discord user ID in between these two quotes. Next, we're going to go ahead and change the content URL, not speaking URL, and also the content URL for the speaking URL. Paste the link in between the parentheses for the not talking URL, and do the same for the speaking URL. Click OK. And now, the moment y'all been waiting for, if you join the voice channel over on your Discord, your GIFTuber should be there. Oh, we did it! Congratulations, y'all. But we're not done yet. Now we have to get rid of the green screen. So go ahead and right click the browser source, go into filters, click the plus sign under effect filters, and add a chroma key. That should effectively get rid of your green screen. Close out this, and there you have it. Your very own GIFTuber. Let's go. Obviously, you have to resize this to fit on your screen. There you have it. Your GIFTuber. So next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a new media source for your reaction. In my case, it's the clapping animation. I'm gonna go ahead and hide my GIFTuber for now so you can see what I'm doing. Click the plus sign, go into media source. I'm gonna name this AC YouTube clapping. Click OK and go ahead and find your reaction. Once you find your reaction, go ahead and hit OK. Let me resize this real quick. Now let's go ahead and add that chroma key to the reaction. Right click the media source, go into filter, under effects filter, add the chroma key, click OK, and there you have it. With that said though, you'll probably have to resize your first reaction to fit with your GIFTuber. So go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so I went ahead and resized it, and this is the closest I can do for now. Yay! Now, if that's all you wanted done, you are done, friends. But if you want to learn how to add reactions to your character, stick around for this little last bit. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, to be able to do reactions with your GIFTuber, you're going to need a macro-enabled software such as a Stream Deck, Leon board, or a touch portal. For the purpose of this video, we're going to be using a Stream Deck. So in the Stream Deck, what we will essentially be doing is creating a macro that will enable and disable sources in your OBS. However, we're also going to be adding delay timers so that these sources turn on and off in a timely manner. Because of that, this part will require a bit of a trial and error until you find out what looks good for you. So all I'm gonna do is to show you what I do, and you'll have to figure out the timing yourself. So first, we're gonna go ahead and create a multi-action. Go ahead and drag that over to your Stream Deck. Next, you're gonna add the source of your reaction. For an example, mine is the clapping reaction. So under OBS here, I'm gonna add a new source, go to my scene that I have the GIFTuber for, and add the clapping reaction that I have on there. Make sure this is activated. Next, you're gonna add a delay. I'll go ahead and make this delay 100 milliseconds. Basically, this delay allows time for the reaction to activate. Then you'll add another source for your GIFTuber and make this deactivate. The reason why we want to do this is so that your main GIFTuber source isn't also being active while your reaction is playing. Now, you want to add a second delay. This delay here will allow your reaction to play out. So this is very dependent on how long that reaction is for you. I believe my clapping reaction was about 4 seconds long, so I'll make this 4,000 milliseconds. Then we will re-add the GIFTuber source to activate after the reaction is done. All I'm gonna do here is gonna copy this and paste it back down here, and then we're gonna go ahead and change that to activate. Finally, we're gonna go ahead and right click and copy our original reaction, paste it here, and we're gonna make this so it deactivates. So for those unfamiliar, basically anytime you push this macro, it'll activate your reaction, deactivate your GIFTuber, and then when the reaction is done, it'll go ahead and re-enable your GIFTuber and then disable your reaction. So it's basically doing it automatically so that you don't have to keep doing it yourself. All right, so basically this is what the final product will look like. There it is. Obviously, I can always go in and redo this by cleaning up the video a little bit better, resizing the image so it's more closer to the GIFTuber, and also change up the delay and timing of the macro actions. All right, so the final step is to see the finalized product on your game scene. So let's go ahead and head back into your game scene. And let's add a new source. Click the plus sign, go into scene, and this is where the nested scenes are so clutch. Find your GIFTuber scene, click OK, and there you got it, y'all. We did it. Obviously, you gotta resize it and everything like that. Oh my gosh, it looks so amazing. Let's get some claps here in the chat to celebrate our awesome achievement. If you thought that was amazing and are super excited for the Animal Crossing update as much as I am, make sure you check out my reaction video on the update. I basically teared up a couple times. But anyways, love your face, and I'll see you on the next one.